Welcome back to the Fox Robbins Business Show. Come on in. Come on in, sit a while, relax. This won't hurt.
Much.
This is the Fox Robbins Business Show. This is all about entrepreneurship and small business. And we're going to talk today about marketing, which is a favorite topic of us, of our little group here.
We love it.
And I'm Bill Fox, the co-host of the show, but the other co-host is, you got to watch out for this guy because they say he's magnetic. I mean, you can you get too close, you can stick to him.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable.
But he's also vibrant, just like your cell phone.
Too much coffee.
And charismatic, they say. That's what the word on the street is. He's Coach Robbins.
I love those words on the street. I just wish I could hear them. Furthermore, I wish they were true. Well, some of them, the ones I understand, anyway.
And all the women who stop you in the street.
Well, you know, we've done, 200 shows or so?
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet, but I have hope.
Coach, we're going to talk again about the marketing. As far as you and I are concerned, it's the key. Although we fully recognize that money is the milk of a small business.
But there's only one
milk.
There's only one way to get it, and that's through creating customers. You need to do that with a good marketing plan.
We've got some.
Peter Drucker, not me.
We're going to key off some excellent ideas from author John Jantz, who's entrepreneur.com. They always have good stuff.
He's a good writer. I like some of the stuff he does. I particularly like this, I mean, there's no one absolute, this is the way you got to do it. But any guide you use is going to be beneficial, and this is another good one.
He's this author, he says, we've got a quote from him, one of the most powerful strategic planning tools your business can possess is the marketing plan.
I ask people all the time, and I used to anyway, and I'd have 40, 50 businesses at a seminar, and I'd say, how many of you have a written business plan? One or two hands go up, and it's usually the ones that needed money, Okay, I can almost live with that, not really, but I can. How many of you have a written marketing plan? That I can't live without, quite frankly. Every single business, any size, any stage, should have a written marketing plan that they can work from.
Well, it's always the same case. As soon as you talk about planning, you talk about sitting down and writing something, and that empties half the room.
Well, 3/4. Yeah, right.
This author goes on. The author says, Coach, he says, I'm not referring to an academic exercise. Scared about that. That's academic exercise, college marketing textbooks or whatever. He says your marketing plan should be simple. It specifically answers who are we, who are we,
who are we as a company?
What do you do?
Yep.
That seems like a simple question, but
sure.
that can be difficult for many small business people to answer. What do you do? And better yet, who needs what you do?
Does anybody really care what you do?
And if that's the case, if there is someone who needs what you do, and that's fine, and it should be that way, how do you plan to attract them?
That's the promotional piece of marketing.
I know, you always say, you're the one who always says, I got a great idea. Go find a customer.
Right. If you can't find a customer, you got a great idea and a great hobby. Congratulations.
Oh, the author says, follow these 7 simple steps, build a perfect marketing plan.
Right.
Okay. So that sets the stage.
Yes, it does.
And step 1, and I like this author because I'm 500% behind this. Narrow your market focus.
Mm-hmm.
try to describe your ideal customer in the most narrowest and most detailed term possible, as though you're describing him or her as a referral source or whatever. There's find customer and focus. Now, say, there's 3 billion people in China, and all I need to do is get 10% of that.
Oh yeah, that's the kiss of death for an angel investor or a VC, but it's also the kiss of death for your own business. It's just a dumb way to look at it.
And so try to describe your ideal customer in a narrowest way. This is narrow your market focus. Are you with him on this?
Completely. I mean, we talk about a minimum viable product, but to get started with, don't try to have something with all the bells and whistles. But most especially segment the market and then target something specific. Who is it? Male, female, age, income, location, psychographics, geographics, demographics, fancy academic terms, but that's what you're trying to decide. If, like I've said so many times, if Bed & Bath sends me any promotional material, they're wasting their money because I don't do that. They should be sending it, and they do, to my wife because she spends a fortune there.
Look, Coach, you talk to so many people, in either, it doesn't matter whether you're just thinking about starting a business or whether you've taken the big step and you are actually in the act of starting the business, or number 3, there's a business up and running. There's a business of some kind up and running. But it's so easy to say, everybody wants what I got.
Yeah, right.
I mean, so what you got is a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, well, if you try to be all things to all people, you wind up being nothing to all people. You've got to be specific in what you do and very specific in who you're doing it for. That sees a great different value in what you're doing. That's how you create customers. Another Me Too business.
I always love that. I always think back. Everybody needs what I got.
Yeah.
I always think back to the days of Procter and Gamble. I made for cleaning clothes.
Sure.
Well, everybody cleans clothes.
I hope so.
Everybody needs the soap.
Yeah.
And there was a day and age and a perfect marketing environment. You had a soap. It's to clean clothes. Everybody needs it.
Right.
Today, just go to any supermarket. I don't care which one you go to, any one you like, and go to the shelving. Soap. Do you see a soap? The answer is, of course, resoundingly no.
You see
I see
dozens.
50, 60 feet of shelving,
For soap.
packed with a blinding multiplicity of soap.
Right.
So, Coach, what happened?
Well, all of a sudden,
So everybody needs this to.
Yeah, everybody needs it. What do you want it? Now the market is matured. It's the same thing as toothpaste. The market has somebody in every position. Do you want your teeth whiter, or do you want to prevent cavities, or what do you want to do? Well, with your clothes, it's the same thing. Do you want them to smell good? Do you want them? I mean, everybody wants them clean. Do you want them whiter? What is it specifically? And so they're trying to lay out positions in the market, unique positions in the market. I've often talked about toothpaste that, one toothpaste makes your breath fresh, another toothpaste makes your teeth whiter, a third toothpaste, Crest, 97% of dentists or whatever it was, recommend Crest for fighting cavities.
Right.
And just when you think every position in the toothpaste market is taken, along comes Tom's of Maine, all natural ingredients. So he stakes out that position and makes a tremendous success of it.
Yeah. So today you have to focus, describe your ideal customer in the narrowest and most detailed terms.
You bet.
And step 2, seven steps. Step 2 is position. you just said the toothpaste guy staked out a position.
Right.
He positioned his business.
Yep.
What do you do best? What does your target market want or need?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serving a niche? Are you a niche or a niche guy? I mean, which?
I'm often confused myself. I suppose if I'm speaking to a classy audience, I'll say niche, has a little French flair to it. But if I'm speaking to people like myself, it's, hey, what's your niche?
Yeah. Are you serving a niche? Are you packaging products together? If you don't know, call 3 clients.
What a novel idea.
Whoa.
You know, I get this Quora, you know, I answer questions on Quora. It's a website. People put up business questions all the time. And it's crazy. It's so global, but go talk to your clients or go talk to your potential customers. Go say, hey, if I market this for $30, would you buy it? Yeah. You know, go get out there. You know, oh, I want to do it in a less invasive way and I want to use SurveyMonkey, and that's fine. But the ultimate is go face to face. Go ring a doorbell and talk to a client and see if they'd buy what you know. That's what good marketing people do.
If it's a client, then you ask them why they buy from you.
I learned from my customers amazing things of actually why they buy from me. I went to a customer and said, why do you buy from me? Are you buying wire? You can wire anywhere. You can, you know, my prices sometimes are good, sometimes aren't the best, you know, whatever. But you always come in and appreciate the business. Oh, I love Jay. There was one of my countermen. Oh, I love to talk to Jay. As a matter of fact, I'll call in, and if Jay's waiting on somebody, I leave a message, have him call me back. I want to talk to Jay. Well, actually, I promoted Jay, stuck a headset on him and said, Jay, you take care of customers on inside sales, baby.
So ask why they buy from you. Now, the author says, seriously, you would too, just ask a client. I mean, you're not kidding.
No.
You're deadly serious.
Yep.
Then, when you ask the question of your clients, craft a core marketing message that differentiates your business from others.
You got to be different. Again, if you're a Me Too product, then you're just going to fight it out in the price world, and the only person that wins a price war is the customer. So you've got to differentiate yourself. You've got to have a unique selling proposition. I've said it about 1 million times. It's amazing how people ignore it. Well, no, they're all the same. Yeah. Really? They're all the same, then you're fighting it for price. Good luck.
Remember, Coach, you're a collector of business books.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt I have 100% certainty that if I look at your collection, you will have the book on positioning by Trout and Rees, or you know the guys who
absolutely
came up with a little book called Positioning to identify the idea of positioning, and they had this idea in that book on so-called ladders.
Yeah.
I mean a ladder, just like a step ladder. Mm-hmm. They say, you know, you need to be on that ladder, but you also need to be one of the top 3 rungs. And it's just
to be successful.
Say, what are you talking about? Well, pick an example like rental car. I say rental cars. What's the first thing you say? Hertz, Avis,
right?
National,
right?
Still today.
That's right.
Yeah, but there's 14.
I know.
I don't know how.
But they're still in the front of their people's mind.
Yeah. So the authors of positioning. They want you to be one of the top 3 rungs on that so-called ladder. Though each ladder in the mind of a client is a market position.
Yep.
And step 3 is create education. Education. Get this. He says the author says create education-based marketing material. Recreate your marketing material, including your website. He says, focus on education. You go along with him on that?
I'm an educator. To me, it's about telling your customer educating your customers, to continue to use their word, as to exactly why they should buy your product. What is it going to do for them that the other products aren't doing for them? That's education.
Well, you know, it used to be that your advertising message was, here it is, buy this.
Yep. Why?
Here it is, buy this.
Why?
Now it's...
That's why I keep saying, because the customer always says, so what? My product does this. Customer says, so what? And here's what you're going to get for it. The feature, not the benefit. We talked about that a million times.
So talk to the
Educate them.
In education. Right. And step 4, now this is you're going to have to chew on this one a little bit. He says never cold call. He says advertising must create prospects, not customers. Educate them before you sell. Okay, we're with him on that. He says teach markets how you provide value so they will pay a premium. Well, and not for ads. For more information to sell. Make your message seen by default target markets. But he said never cold call. I mean, cold call is a gun approach.
Mm-hmm.
Says there's a hotel, you know, with 500 doors. Go knock on every door.
Absolutely.
There's a customer in there. There's
Somewhere.
a customer in there, but there's 500 doors. Go knock on all of them.
Well, never cold call. I disagree with the word never. Okay. If your market isn't doing a job, then your sales force is out there, quite frankly, calling on suspects. Marketing's job is to create prospects out of suspects. And if marketing isn't doing its job, then you do have to sort of cold call. No, I'm not saying cold call everybody. But I mean, if you're selling to, let's say, electricians, then you go ring the doorbell of an electrician. Technically, that's a cold call. But you've targeted that person because they are electricians. You're selling stuff that electricians buy. That's a cold call. So that's why when he says never cold call, I understand what he's trying to say. He just didn't say it very well.
Okay.
Right. I mean, marketing's job, as I've always said, is to get the girl to pucker. That way, when the salesman goes and tries to kiss her, he's not going to get slapped in the face. Okay.
Okay.
Don't go try to kiss everybody.
But you know, supposedly up until now, you've focused on your niche, and you've educated them,
Right.
and you've got it prepared.
Yep.
So you don't have to go to a hotel with 500 doors, knock on every door.
Because that's bull, and that's just wasting time. If you sell stuff to people behind a red door, then go knock on the red doors. That's cold calling technically, but at least you've targeted the right person, the right company, the right potential customer.
I know what cold calling is.
Yeah, I know.
Been there, done that.
Me too.
And I think my first one was selling Christmas cards
Right.
for the Boy Scouts.
Right.
And just say, there's a neighborhood, you'll knock on every door. I go
Right.
walk down the street in wintertime,
So,
little clothes on, and tromp through the snow and knock on every door.
you bet.
Number 5 is earn media attention. Get the attention of the media people.
Yep.
And list any journal of your industry, your community, build relationships.
That's the key, to build
Very
relationships.
few businesses do that, I would.
Yeah, very few. The smart ones do. And remember that the media people, whether it's TV, radio, newspaper, whatever magazine, editors, they want stories. They want something that's interesting to their customers, their readers, their viewers. And what you should do is provide them with interesting stories that their readers or their viewers would be interested in. And that gives you the people that you need.
So earn the attention of media
Earn
people.
is the key, right.
And number 6 is expect referrals. And you did that in your business.
I not only expect them, I ask for them.
I
reward them. I would reward a referral. I mean, as I say, my customer evangelists were my best salespeople. You mean you don't buy from them? Geez, they're great. They do this, they do that, you know. Yeah. They're a wonderful company to do business with. I had a problem and I called Cliff, the owner of the company. He took care of it right away. So I feel comfortable knowing if something goes wrong, even though it does happen, he's going to take care of it. He's done it before. That's why I do business with him. The trust, customer service. So pay attention to customer service as a differentiator. I'll tell you what Amazon does do, it's great, is customer service. They're very good at it.
Yeah. The author says, create a referral marketing engine. That's a great expression.
You're asking these people, anybody else you know that could use this product or service?
Turn clients and referral network into unpaid sales process.
Absolutely. Because when they tell somebody, their friend, that they do business with you, their friends, they're not getting paid necessarily. They're just saying, it's a great company. They like to look smart too. Yeah. So help them look smart.
Well, you could also, there's also, tips and techniques for encouraging customers to refer.
Yep.
Like the discount,
I mean, if somebody gives you a referral and that person turns into a customer, send them a fruit basket. Spend $20, $30. What's that fruit basket company? I've helped a couple of them start their businesses. All of us.
Fruit of the Loom. No,
that's a different. That's in your pants, right? No, I forget what they call the company, the big chain that's out there. You know the one I mean. You can order instead of ordering flowers, you can order fruit now.
Yeah,
I know. Whatever. Look it up in your Funkin' Wagnall. Since they went out of business, that's a joke that I'm missing. Look it up in your Funkin' Wagnall.
Bill referrals. And,
you bet.
Okay. And step number 7, Coach, is not a new step. It's live by the calendar.
Exactly.
I've already given you 6 tips on building your marketing plan. So the author says complete steps 1 through 6.
Write them down.
By step 7, which is build a calendar.
Right. When are you going to sit down and start writing your marketing plan? I hope your answer is now. Right now. Okay? When this show is over, turn off the television, go sit down, get online, go to the SBA.gov website. Go to the website, any website you want. Download a marketing plan guide. Look at them. There's all different kinds of them. I'm not recommending any of them. The one you feel comfortable with, right? And start writing. Like any author, sit down and start. That's the hardest part to do, all right? But you got to do it. You've got to get this thing on a piece of paper so that you and your team, if you've got a good team, you should have, you get the right people on the bus, also get the wrong people off the bus. That's another show. But you got to sit down and you got to work with people and say, what's the best way for us to create a market for what we're selling? And
Wait
again,
a minute, I got to write that down. Get somebody off the bus. Is that I got to?
Let's get the right people. I've said that a million times. Get the right people on the bus.
Yeah.
And get the wrong people off the bus. That's the hardest part. Okay. I see far too many companies just hiring people, including the company I work for. Okay, they hire people, and after a year or two, they fire them, and I say, what the hell did you hire that person for? Who was in charge of hiring that person? Really? Okay.
So, step 7 is obey steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and step 7 by creating a calendar. Part of your marketing plan is to set time aside specifically on a regular basis every week. It might be something like, I'm going to send out 10 direct marketing letters to these companies every week, and I'm going to follow it up. Every Monday, I'm going to follow it up with 10 phone calls trying to secure appointments, because that's all you're trying to do in the B2B, business to business world. So you go on LinkedIn, hopefully that's what you do, and you find the right people and the right companies that you want to target, part of your written marketing plan to do this, and then you religiously, it's called discipline. So set your calendar, get your Outlook calendar or whatever calendar you want to use, because I've got one.
I know exactly where I'm going almost every moment of the workday.
Monthly, weekly, daily?
On a weekly day basis, by day, by hour, 9, 10, 11. You want to look at my schedule today? My schedule's full.
Part of that calendar business is absolutely demanded today on the internet with the website and social media stuff, because you have to tend to that. You have to be taking action with your social media participation on the internet and your website. You got to hit that
now.
Now.
This is now.
Regularly.
You know what I mean by
in
that?
order to be effective.
You know what I mean by this is now?
No. How many?
Haven't you seen Spaceballs?
No.
Oh, for God's sakes, what's wrong with your education? Folks, listen. Some of the movies you've got to see, one of them is Spaceballs, and you would understand what I mean by having a schedule and doing it now, okay?
Spaceballs. What?
Spaceballs, it's a Mel Brooks comedy. So
okay.
watch Spaceballs, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Anyway, so we got the 7 steps, Coach.
Yep.
Is number 1, narrow your focus.
Right. Don't try to be all things to all people. Start with a minimum viable product and pick what you think is the ideal customer to start with. Doesn't mean you're not going to sell other people. It's just that this is your best target. This is your best bet to get sales traction. That's what you're looking for when you're starting a business or starting to grow a business.
And position. Find your position for your business.
Right, Tom's of Maine, all natural toothpaste,
And
Crest, fights cavities.
Create now your marketing material should be education based.
Right, you're not actually selling. When you send an email once a month, just educate your customers. You're the expert in the field. Why don't you educate them?
Okay. And never cold call. Well, we questioned that title, but we said.
Well, I don't say never. Yeah.
You prepared. You've defined your customer. You prepared the way.
Right.
You're not just blindly go out and.
No, you're not looking in the phone book. I mean, that's ridiculous. But you've targeted the right group or industry or people, the type of customer you want to be. You can get out there, ring their doorbell, go talk to them, and sell them something.
And use earned media attention. And referrals.
Right, exactly.
Develop referrals.
Give them a story.
And live by the calendar.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Coach. And this again is the Fox Robbins Business Show. By the way, all episodes of Fox Robbins are uploaded to YouTube. For convenience, there's a library on YouTube, and simply go to YouTube at the top, the search box. Plug in a single word, Fox Robbins, FOXROBBINS. Click, and there's a library. And you can pick and choose any subject that is of current interest and go from there. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.